Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Friday Highlights. How are you doing today? Public service announcements today. Got some updates going on. We're going to recap on what happened for Monday, which is Mindset Money Monday, Education Wednesday, Thursday Deals Day. And here we are. Might as well call this Friday Highlights and Friday Deals Day because deals are popping. Contracts are going out. LOIs are going out. So that's always a good thing. Got my own little challenge, rocking and rolling, that I put out there for you and others as myself. Hopefully, I challenge you as well. What kind of damage can you do from June 19th to July 19th, right? Come aboard. Let's rock and roll together. At the same token, you can scan that QR code. I believe this is actually, let me see. So we're catching up here. Had some awesome stuff going on. Had some meetings that we had to take care of. The same token, just connecting with sellers in Southern California. Obviously, we're working the Texas Triangle as well. I'll say thank you to all past, present, future mentees of America who's come aboard and working with us, and we're working with them. Hey, rock and roll to you. Keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on going forward. Going after your aspirations and things that you're wanting to accomplish in life. So let's go ahead and get into it. It's always live, raw, real, uncut, and I stand for truth at the end of the day. Do got a little bit of an overview, but for me, I seem to do better just when I ad lib and I rock and I roll. When I got a script and I got to read this and all this good stuff, I'm not a newscaster, but I'll definitely do my best here to share what I'm going to share with you today for Friday highlights as we rock and roll into Saturday training, into some Sunday, which is one of my favorites, Sunday rants and raves, Sunday sermon rants and raves, I should say. But hopefully you're doing well and hopefully you're doing good. I have made it here, so cool. I wanted to actually get in. This is our real estate domination, or actually AMP Live Real Estate Domination Live Networking Meetup. Usually like to have VIPeXecs, but they couldn't be here today. Maybe we'll get them next Friday, and because I want her to actually come out here and share some cool stuff about real estate, the brokerage, how you can get your broker, how you get your real estate license, come aboard. The same token, you get the best of both worlds from the real estate side, the public side, and then what I like to call the private side of this business, which is very, very, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a necessity. Otherwise, there's a lot of agents right now, as they say. I'm going to get into some news tips and some public service announcements for you. But they're saying, hey, there's more agents than there is inventory. But that's every cycle. It's nothing new, nothing to freak out about. Last cycle, everybody and their mother, when rocking and rolling, the market was kicking butt. And everybody and their mother got their real estate license. And then when the market took a shit, boom. 3/4 of them sons of bitches disappeared, right? Not that they're sons of bitches. It's in a place of, fun and love at the end of the day. I'm an agent. I'm a real estate investor. So, I'll take it as it is. I think we're having that conversation earlier after we got done with our meeting. It says, look, you can, I'm not going to take things personal. Sure, I got feelings too. I might get a little, my feathers ruffled. I might feel a little sensitive going, wow, okay, working with somebody. And then they call you, they don't call you, but we all do it, right? We're busy, we're doing stuff, and maybe we just don't call people back when we should, or it's not so much noise. I remember with times, as they say, right? I'm not that old, but I'm old enough, right? When times were simpler, right? I used to walk 5 million zillion miles to go to school in the rain, in the snow, in the sleet, and all that bullshit, right? I get it, right? We all, and I know my kids didn't have to do that. We drove them to school, right? We picked them up, and very rare that they would walk if they did and stuff like that, right? So, it is what it is, right? Everybody's a little different in how they approach stuff and take stuff. But I will say, look, business is cool. Business rocks. Build relationships, networking, get on the horn. Work with the people that want to go in the same direction as you, that want to rock and roll with you, right? And I'm still here to celebrate 250 years of rock and roll America style, right? Because that's what this is about. I did remember my daughter and my son and my wife, I guess, did say, hey, it's Father's Day. I said, oh, really? Okay, what do you want to do? When's Father's Day? I guess it's Sunday. So happy Father's Day. Happy pre-Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Rock and roll to you. Got something very special. I'm going to throw it out there because I can, right? We have the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Yes, it's out. It was launched on April 30th. Thank you for all who came aboard and working with us and things of that nature as we move forward into 2026 and 2027 with you and others. Now, check this out. I think it's my way. I just want to give back because I know there's single dads, there's married dads, there's, old dads, young dads, right? All kinds of dads out there, right? Kind of sound like a Forrest Gump, right? We got scampi, we got this shrimp, that shrimp, and 20,000 different types of shrimp, right? But we're all fathers. If you're a father, you'll know it's one of the most precious things that happens in a man's life when he's working, then he gets married, and then they have children. It's like, man, I'm responsible for this human being. And your whole life changes because your whole life changes and turns to them. You live your life, you do everything and sacrifice everything for your kids and for your family and things of that nature. And, I'll say it, right? Dads don't get the credit they should, because they get hammered. They're always last in line. They're always going to eat last. And they're saying, well, that's just part of being a dad. It's part of being a man. Yeah, I get it. But at the same token, the world's changed a lot, right? So, dad and men, they like to be appreciated. I know I didn't appreciate my dad like I should have when I was younger. I was pissed off at him. I was angry at him, because there's discipline and this and that. And I don't want to do this. Well, you have to, you should, until you get older. And then you're going, shit, I was a little prick. What the hell was I doing? Man, was I dumb? I should have listened to my dad, right? I should have listened to what he was saying, and I should have moved forward. And then you start doing it, and then, I'll say right now, God rest your soul, Pops, Dad. At the end of the day, I wish he was here too, not going to lie. We all miss our fathers in some capacity, if they're alive, cherish them while they're alive, okay? Cherish your moms when they're alive. Because they're awesome people. Mom and dads, they do so much for their kids and just the world in general, and tough sons of bitches 9 times out of 10, which is awesome. But appreciate your mom and dad. But I'm gonna say I got something awesome and special for today. I wasn't gonna really announce it, but I thought about it, and I said, "Poop, let's do it." Right? That's how I like to do stuff. Just do it. Get on and jump on it. Yes, we'll put together these shows and events and these lives and market and things of that nature, because it's part of the business, part of the branding. So let me get to it. Friday for Friday highlights in the Amp Live Real Estate Show and Amp Live TV. Thank you for watching. I'm going to be on here probably for a few minutes because I actually want to do some sharing with you. I want to get into the American Mentee program, what I'm about, what we do, what I do. I'm a creative real estate investor. I'm a speaker, coach, mentor. I've been doing this for a couple of decades now. Last decade has been more about, working deals, but working them with what? Yes, mentees, not coaching, but mentoring with mentees, where it's a core, where we get together and say, if we're a good fit, yes, we'll get on the phone. We'll do a live. If you're local, we'll meet. And then we'll go and we'll see if we're a good fit. And for a good fit, and if I feel you're coachable and I feel you're hungry and you really want to do this business, then I'll say, no problem. Let's rock and roll. Let's get this done. Here's some of the parameters or some of the provisions. Here's what you need to do. Yes, there's hard costs to come aboard. How we need to work it out is how we work it out, because I want you to focus just on real estate, real estate, real estate. Put those blinders on, and then we're going to rock together. And then I want to hear all about you, right? I want you to share all about you with me, so then I can help you. Because if I don't know how to get to you, if I don't know anything about you and there's no target and you don't have any target, then you're just going to spin around aimlessly and go round and round and round in circles and shiny objects and all that good stuff. It's like, no, let's look at what you want to accomplish, right? What do you want to do? You want to buy apartments? You want to buy and hold? You want to fix and flip? Everybody who gets in usually says, I just want to wholesale, make some money. And then I want to think about what I want to do. No, if you don't know what you want to do while you're going into that, and you're going in with the mindset of doing, I just want to wholesale, make some money, you're going to fail before you even get started. Guarantee it happens all the time, right? Because everybody watches all the YouTube videos and the TikToks and all that good stuff. And they're like, oh, it must be so easy. I don't need any money. It's a business. So you got to have some money. You got to have something to work with, even if it's good old boom, 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 elbow freaking grease. You need something. It's either going to be time or money, time or money, time or money. That's it. That's what it takes. Not everybody's willing to give the time, or they're not willing to give the money, and then you're out of the show. I'm going to say also, I want to share with you is that, look, the system, yes, says, I get it, freedom, greatest country in the world, and it's true. But the system has been built to keep you out, to keep me out, to keep people like us out at the end of the day, right? You probably weren't born with a silver spoon. You weren't a trust fund baby. You weren't born of, the Rockefellers or maybe the Hershey companies or anything like that, or anybody, all the peeps that have established the United States of America, right? From the 1800s to the 1900s, right? And then cruising all in, that's long-term money, right? Even like the Bushes, right? They're out 100 years. They've been working on what they've been working on to get to where they got to, right? So it just doesn't happen overnight. There is a game plan. There's always one. That's what I would say. There's only one There's usually always one in the bunch that's saying, man, they're going to go for it. And that's the one that's going to change their whole destiny and change the whole, I should say, their family tree, right? It only takes one jabroni, one rock and roller to say, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to do whatever I need to do until I freaking die. And if I die trying, that's all that freaking matters, right? That's me. That's my goal, right? Is to break that chain of mediocrity, break the chain of just going for, and building a life and a legacy for your family and to leave something for your family. And hopefully they sustain it and keep on rocking and rolling, right? That's what everybody, I probably say 99% of the people I chat with, and I talk to thousands every year, it's the same thing. I want to build a legacy for my family. I want to build something so I can have some money and then do some other things, right? Or I love my job. I love my career. I don't want to quit it. I just want the place. I want to put my money in real estate. Awesome. Or I love real estate. I love the way it looks. I love the way it smells. I love fixing it, this, that, designing. They just they just want to make it a career. So it's awesome. But 9 times out of 10, it's a legacy and freedom. Obviously, the 250 years that we're talking about, right? 250 years for America was all based on freedom, right? Based on the nuclear family, based on, values in God we trust. It's true, right? It's part of my mantra. Part of my mantra is rock and roll in all what you do, and in God we trust. Well, let's get down into it right there. Now, obviously, there's a QR code. You probably don't need that QR code because unless you're going to jump aboard for next Friday's show, it's the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Domination Live Networking Meetup. Let's go ahead and change that out. Well, here's just I'll share that with you real quick. There it is. Simple real estate domination investor meetup. And what these are designed to do, and we're going to do these I guess we'll do them every Friday, Thursday, Friday, move from a Wednesday now to a Thursday. And I think we'll double up and make it for Friday highlights. And maybe we'll do the 2 shows like I set up today. But Fridays are usually it's supposed to be an admin day, but they can change, right? They could turn into a sales day. It could turn into any type of day. But Friday highlights are usually pretty cool because they're fired up going into the weekend. So you usually want to do them. We do it 2 p.m. Talk about the accelerator program and talk about what we're doing, and then usually right now we'll talk about the real estate domination investor meetup, and it's all about dominating your area. How are you going to dominate your area? How do you get into this business to dominate? I talked to somebody who's like, oh wow, I was trying to I wanted to get into real estate, but it's the money, right? Well, so there's hard money. Okay, well, I know, but you still need money for the down and you need rehab money. He says, well, it depends. The hard money lenders are a lot different now. You can get, some are doing 100% if you get into their program and buy into the program, I believe, stuff like that. 70, 80%, maybe 90%. So you need some money down. Some will do 100% financing if you got experience. Others, you got to put some money down. But then there's a thing called OPM, right? Other people's money. Yes. Friends, people, there's people, if you get with some experience or you partner up with someone who has experience and then they pitch it to someone and say, look, I need that money for the hard money down. When you do all the numbers, then it's like, boom, what? Okay. Here's the property. We got for example, let me see. I'll do an example on this crazy property and I'm going to share this with you. We'll do the seller finance. We could do the seller finance calculator. I'm going to show all three of them to you. There's a seller finance calculator. There's a wholesale calculator, and then there's a hard money calculator. So we pop in the hard money calculator to purchase a property. For example, we'll do this one that's up in the mountains. Just as an example, I won't give any addresses or names or anything, right? But let's say it's, I believe it's like $350,000. So $350,000 probably worth about $750. It's going to need maybe $200,000 worth of work. Is the LTV going to be there or not? Well, and I'll go live and I'll put it in. If it comes out as a deal, boom. Then it's going to say, well, how much money are you going to need, right? For holding costs, for the down payment, for the rehab. Awesome, beautiful stuff. And then I'll drop another one. But I wanted to get into some of this highlight stuff that I wanted to share with you because it's super important. Now, check this out. All right. Because Friday is not going to be a repeat of Thursday or Monday or Wednesday or anything like that, right? The highlights are basically what we're going to talk about today, okay? It's Friday, and if you watch any of the shows this week, right, you already know that the market's moving fast, okay? So I'm going to share some of these notes with you, so I'll be going back and forth with the camera here. And yes, the market is moving fast, right? The Fed held rates, median prices hit record freaking high, which is disgusting and sick, but I'm just kidding. It is what it is, right? If you're rocking and rolling and you have a bunch of equity, then cool for you. Do a refi. You can go to VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. Just let me know, and I'll do an introduction for you so you can go get that refi if you qualify for it. At the same token, foreclosure notices are up 20%. Okay, foreclosure notices are up 20% nationally across the whole United States of America. Okay, including here in crazy Southern California. And builder confidence has just hit its 15th straight month below 40. That means what? There's an opportunity there. Just like the last cycle. What's that opportunity you're thinking? You're thinking, well, what's the opportunity? They're builders. You know that back the builders will be willing to do lease options and things of that nature, right? You can get in with some seller financing. You can negotiate better deals because the prices are dropping, and people aren't buying that inventory. It's staying on the market longer, okay? But here's the thing. Not a single one of those things, or not a single number, a single one of those numbers, I'm fucking blind, can't read this shit, scared us, right? Because on the show, every bad headline is a deal in disguise. So there you go. You're looking for distressed stuff. We're having that conversation earlier. Even distressed businesses, distressed properties, right? Every one of those deals is an actual deal in disguise, right? Basically, when they're sharing that stuff, it's a bad headline. It's not bad. That's opportunity, right? That's a good thing. If you know what to do, if you understand and know creative real estate investing, you're going to smell it and you're going to see it as an opportunity. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing for you if you know, because you're going to profit from it and make some money. At the same token, you're going to help out some other people, whether they're builders, pre-foreclosures, sellers, moms, dads, all that good stuff, properties. We need to get the hell out of that stuff. Heck, I just checked. We're at a business meeting and said, hey, I got an Airbnb. Okay, cool. Awesome. I might want to buy it. Send me the address. And we look at it as paid too much for it, right? Paid $907,000. That was what last year. And now it's in the eights, right? So kind of sucks, right? We're dealing with another one, Airbnb in Big Bear. We're going to be trying to help some fellow Americans as we move forward. So we're getting properties all over Southern California. If you have a property that's in pre-foreclosure or probate, definitely give us a holler, shoot us some information. Or if you got a friend or family that needs some help, first, we'll see if we can help them and point them in the right direction. Two, if it doesn't work, then, hey, we will work with them. We'll either get them an instant offer or we'll take over the property, help them out, get them some cash so they can move on with their lives, because I always tell people, look, it's just a material thing. Move on. Your health is more important than anything else. If you missed anything this week, we've got you. Friday highlights. Let's ride and rock and roll, AHA. Okay. So I'm going to move forward here. I'm going to go ahead and talk about our best moments for the week. Now, check this out. It's kind of funny, right? So I'm not a fan of anything, but, it's brought some topics to the table. So I'm going to share them with you. Don't take it all personal or anything, right? But the Dave Ramsey counter narrative, which was on Thursday, creative finance is stupid versus Amp Live education, right? Kind of funny how, talking about how stupid that is. It's called leverage. I was talking about that earlier, is that if you can leverage a deal and work with leverage, most people don't want to. Even investors who have tons of cash are like, nah, just let me spend the money. Bloop, cash heavy. Cool. That's awesome for them. But when you're using leverage, your return on investment's astronomical, and most people don't want to do that. So that leaves what? That leaves opportunity, because others don't want to do that, but you do, and you come in, you will make money, and the people that you're helping are going to make money as well. All right, so the 1997 capital gains tax trap, the seller finance answer sucks, right? But it's going to be, sucks for them, but they get stuck with the property, and the solution is creative real estate. We're that answer. We're the ones that are going to be able to help them. You're going to be able to help them. Why? Because you can spread that over a certain amount of time for the capital gains, and subject to and seller finance is the answer to that. NODs are up 20%, right? What a sub-2 pipeline actually looks like. The wraparound mortgage rate speed spread calculation. Now, obviously, we're going to keep rocking and rolling here. Here's what I want you to take from this weekend, okay? I want you to take this from one weekend, is that deals. Okay, that's what I want you to take from this today. Deals, period. Go out there, rock those deals, write those offers. Don't be afraid to write offers, LOIs, options, whatever you can do if you understand that. Of course, if you're working with us and you join the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, and you're going to learn that stuff. You're going to learn wholesaling. You're going to learn seller finance. You're going to learn Subto. And then we're going to sprinkle on top, just for good measure, like a banana split, right? And topping off with the cherries and some nuts and all that good shit, right? Or whatever you want to call it. It's going to be lease options and rent to own. Beautiful, lovely thing. I remember I talked to somebody last week, a couple weeks ago, right? Oh, yeah, I do this, I do that, I do this, no lease options. Oh, okay. Well, I had he just said he had title write it up. I go, okay, how did they write it up? Did you do a lease and an option? I don't know. They just wrote it up. See, so you're trusting, regardless of its title or an escrow company, you better know how you want that shit written up, right? Now, they'll draft it for you, and hopefully it protects you. But there are certain things and mechanisms that you need to do a certain way to protect yourself, to protect the seller, and to protect anything all the way around it for your Subto stuff. And yes, even your lease options and rent-to-own seller stuff, right? Disclosure, and CYA. Cover your arse. Cover your arse. Right? Let's put a cross on that. Okay. All right, so let's keep on rocking and rolling. Now, that's one of the, I should say, one of 6 topics we covered this week, right? The full breakdown is going to be in the description. So let's get down and dirty into this, right? The NOD plus Subto scenario. Let's look at this. I'm going to break down. There's an NOD we're looking at. It's not a big, expensive property. And believe it or not, it is in California. It's almost like it should be in Texas, but there are some properties that are under 300,000 and they're in BFE, which is what I call, BF Egypt at the end of the day. But I'll go ahead and pull that up, and we're going to do an NOD, the Subto scenario, and I'm going to pop it into and see if it comes out as a deal. I'm going to bring it up right here. I'm going to have to pull it up on the screen. Let me do a screen share. And before we do that, I'm going to share this with you. I'm going to share the AMP Live story and the American Mentee program with you. We get into it a little bit. Or maybe I just open it up and then we'll start getting into some of the training, okay? Who am I? I'm Erick Jimenez. I'll share my story with you. Very briefly, I got started in 2003. I was working a corporate job, a corporate gig, and got frustrated and burned out. Just like many of you that are watching this, if you watch this or if you're out there, it's frustration. It's usually what the straw that broke the camel's back or something like that. And that was me. I just got tired. I got frustrated. So it's got to be a better way. I'm tired of doing this thing, being on a hamster wheel. And I got into real estate and never looked back. But at the same token, it's been a ride. I also spent a lot of years in management and corporate gig. So I took a lot of that experience and I put it into real estate, put it into the branding, how I'm going to run my business with the P&Ls and this process and the structure of the business. How we're going to go after leads, how I'm going to take care of customers, how do I want the business to be perceived. All that stuff came down the wire. And pretty much put that all together and then revamped it a couple of times. And then out came the product and the business model and, sort of rock and roll and kicking some ass, doing some, wholesaling, selling paper, fix, flip, buy and hold and all that other good stuff. And that's how AHA was eventually born, Americans Helping Americans. I am a creative real estate investing expert, mentor, speaker, and coach throughout the United States of America. I did get started back in 2003. I got about 19 plus years of experience. I am one of the founders of AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. And one of the founders of AMP Live and the American Mentee program as we started rocking and rolling and started helping more and more fellow Americans with our cause and mission to help our fellow Americans in real estate become successful in real estate. That is the American Mentee program. That's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to share that with you, and I'm going to share with you on how you can come aboard the American Mentee program and start kicking some ass in your area. We're powered by AMP Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company. Probably should put this up here, as well as our sponsor and affiliated partner is VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. I'm going to go ahead and pull up a QR code so you can actually get access to the MLS so you can rock some deals. It's right over there. Scan that QR code. Free home search and investment property search. You can sign up, scan right there, and get access to the MLS. You don't have to go do any trickery and try to go to lunch and meet other agents that are like, oh, yes, I was wondering if I get access to your MLS. No, we can do better than that. You don't need to have actual access to the MLS because then the agent can get kicked out if they get caught doing that stuff, right? And there's some rules and regulations. I'm not a fan of the MLS, even though, hey, I got to work with it. I got, I can have his freedom of speech, right? First Amendment. So, but it is what it is, right? Bottom line is scan the QR code, get access to online properties. If you want access to offline properties, then become a VIP buyer. Okay, and then we'll go through a little process. There is a little process to see if we're going to be a good fit. And if inventory comes down the wire, we will share that inventory exclusively just with you, for you, and with you. All right, as we keep on rocking and rolling here, I'm going to move forward and share a couple more things, right? Who are we? Well, what are we? Who are we? What we do? We're AHA Americans, helping Americans, like I said before. Yes, it's one family at a time, one property at a time, doing our part to get America back on track. We help fellow Americans with real estate across the United States of America. We're fully versed in, yes, just about everything that's real estate, right? Real estate, mortgage, hard money, private money, real estate investing, real estate training and mentoring. Obviously, that's what we do here at the American Mentee Program and Amp Live Media. Amp Live, the American Mentee Program, is our flagship that we've had for close to maybe, a decade now, and helping other fellow Americans across the United States of America kick some ass in real estate. Once again, it's not for everybody, but for the ones who know this is for you. Plus, trust me, once you get the bug, it never leaves you, okay? But we're here to help you with that because this is what we like to call a true one-on-one mentoring program. There's no program on the planet like it because nobody does what we do. We're going to get into that and share that with you a little bit. All right, so let's keep on rocking. VIPeXecs Realty Lenders, and we're also powered by Amp Live Media, like I mentioned earlier. Now, this is super important, our core values, right? And then I'm going to tap into some more PSAs. We'll drop into a couple more things I'm going to share with you on what's going on. I'm also going to share that deal because I know I mentioned that. I'm going to share a deal. I'm going to share an NOD. What is an NOD? It's a notice of default. It's called a pre-foreclosure is what they call them. And that means that they're behind on back payments. And 9 times out of 10, their mom, their dad, no one's going to come to the table and help them. But, sometimes they figure it out. Small percentage. You look at the numbers. It is what it is. There's probates. There's all kinds of different types of deals. It just doesn't have to be a pre-foreclosure. It just means that it takes a little bit more to learn. You have to be a little more skilled and be a little bit more versed in understanding and knowing how to work those type of deals. If you're a real estate agent, some agents are afraid of it. Some brokers don't want their agents dealing with it, which is dumb because they're deals, right? You're losing money to who? Wholesalers and creative real estate investors. So if you're a broker, reach out and I'll help you dominate your area and help you. I'll share with you, and we will train your agents to dominate your local market so you can get those deals and units at the same token. Anybody else who wants to learn this business, definitely it's an open door policy. I believe in God, family, business, and everything else after that. I know you probably heard it, but that's what I stick to because it makes sense to me. God's number one, then we got family, we got business, and everything else after that. You're probably thinking, well, hey, where are you at? It should be at, right? God, me, family, business. Hey, maybe I'll change it, right? But yes, you got to take care of yourself. You got to start thinking about yourself as well, because if you don't, life can get a little mundane. You're always doing stuff for others, and you're going, man. You start drifting off into somebody else or something else that you don't remember who you were or became, right? And it can happen. It's called life, right? But as a father, that's what happens, right? You're thinking, there's different types of fathers, right? I'm not going to get into it, right? You got, so I'll just leave it at that. I just say God don't make junk or doesn't make junk. All right. So I'll get back into this. We're passionate about what we do, right? You want to share that passion with you and like-minded people only. That's why it's a selection process, okay? And I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to share with you on how you can come aboard and all that good stuff. Heck, I'll go ahead and probably put what do we got here? Put a link down up in here so you can actually join. So much stuff these days. I'm gonna go with. Let me see. So what we got here? Right here. Let me try this. I'm gonna put this. What we got? Boom, boom. Go all the way down here. Rants and raves. Here. This is very simple. Okay. You can drop a DM, or you can click this link and come aboard, or just chat. It's an simple application process. But I want to go ahead and put this calculator up. I'm going to show you a Subto deal, okay? And a sub-2 deal, like I mentioned, and notice the default, behind on back payments, and all this good stuff. I believe the play is more of could be sub-2 with a hybrid of seller financing. At the end of the day, it could be just a simple novation as well, right? So that is the funnel. All right. So the American dream, our goal is to help millions of ordinary people become successful through real estate via AHA, America's Happy Americans, because we're helping people all over the United States of America. We're passionate about what we do, like I mentioned, right? And want to share that passion with like-minded people. Integrity, loyalty, and communication is our credo. Integrity, loyalty, and communication. Communication can break down and be repaired, but integrity and loyalty cannot. So that'll never happen with us on our end, but it may happen to the other side. Always showing up to the party, super powerful, right? We'll always show up. I will always show up. Our team will always show up to the party no matter what. Even if we're running late or at the same day, we get in touch with people the same day. It's just, I think it's a customer service type thing. I think it's just the right thing to do. It's a moral compass, right? We'll always be there for you and show up for you at the end of the day. We want you to succeed so we can succeed and help others is the credo. And what we, go ahead and roll this here, right? We want to succeed so we can succeed and help others. We're willing to train any newbie, seasoned agent, broker who's passionate, can follow directions, punch their way out of a paper bag, and take some action. Because if you do that, you're going to get results. And when you get results, we start rocking and rolling. And that's what's going to take you and us to the closing table and getting paid. Super important. All right, so let me go ahead and see what else we got here. What we do, and I'll explain. Yeah, let's go ahead and explain what we do. We educate, create a real estate investing to ordinary people. 1-to-1, 7 days a week, if needed. We teach separately. We teach separately, right? Because that everybody has their own pace, right? Everybody learns a little quicker, a little faster. We do have the coaching, which is through AMP Live, and the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. We'll do some coaching. We'll go live, and it's a group environment, ask questions, things of that nature. But for the one-on-one, because there are people who say, you know what, I don't want to be in a group environment. I don't want to have to ask 20,000 questions. I want you to help me get me to where I want to get to. I want to do one-on-one, and that's it, right? And we move forward. No kumbaya. Only kumbaya when we kick some ass and rock some deals together, right? And we hit those benchmarks. As we hit benchmarks, we ask everybody from marketing. We'll ask, hey, get us some testimonials. We appreciate it. Tell us how the process is. Tell us how things are going. And that's so we can share this with other people across the United States of America, right? Because it's proof in the pudding at the end of the day. So it's kind of like just giving back. I mean, that's the way I am. If someone's helping me, I don't care if I have to pay or I'm doing whatever to get that and pay to play. And if I'm learning stuff from that person or mentee, mentor, or coach, then yeah, I want to promote. I want to share what I've learned and share it with others as well. And help out their cause and mission. It's called being reciprocal. It's called paying it forward. At the same token, lead gen. Yep. So we want to, at your own pace with hands-on experience, lead gen, buy, sell, invest, buy and hold, raise money, all that good stuff is part of the program. I always say, give us $1 million, we'll buy 10 properties. Yes, in California. The average investor maybe will buy 1 or 2, right? Give us give $1 million to any other investor in the area where we actually live in Southern California. And well, they'll probably be able to buy 1 or 2, right? Because they're about 400,000, 500,000, 600,000 plus fixing up and rehab and all that other good stuff, right? And we'll create a higher dollar for dollar return on investment all the way around. So we buy, sell, wholesale throughout the United States of America, buy and hold, fix and flip, SoCal, and other states as we have mentees that we work with in those states. Then we go into those states and until we're not there or we continue to be there. We mentor people across the United States of America to wholesale, fix, flip, and create real estate investing. We find deals in any city, any county throughout the United States of America. So it doesn't matter if you're in a mom and pop, there's only 500 people in your area. There's only maybe there's 150,000. Heck, maybe there's 10 million, 5 million, 2 million, whatever. Doesn't matter. The bottom line is we work with you because there should be no excuse. There's never an excuse. There's deals in every city and every county and town, no matter what. I guarantee it. I promise you that. All right. So what is creative real estate investing? Creative real estate investing is leverage, gives you the power to control your options in deals. Control the deals, control the deals, control the deals. That's my number one thing. Because I know I've been circumvented. I've tried all that other good stuff. I've been daisy chained. I've been all kinds of stuff has happened in the industry to me and us at the end of the day. So we live from you live and learn about those things, right? So when we're doing that stuff, we want to make sure that we're on par with what we're doing, right? And we want to make sure we're using leverage, okay? Because it does give you the power to control those deals. If you're doing a JV, maybe not. Obviously, do we JV and joint venture and partner up with the mentees that we work with? Of course we do, right? We're papered up. We're going to work together. If it's a good deal, then we go on a contract and with you and all that good stuff, and we rock and we move forward. Otherwise, we wouldn't. But before we do that, right, we got to get you up to par, feel confident that you understand what you're reading, understand what you're signing, understand what you're presenting, understanding what you're getting into. And then we rock and roll, move forward. Always ask you, do you want to do the deal or not? If not, then, hey, we're going to go and rock it and we'll get you a referral fee, or we're going to do it together and we're going to make some money. So there's a lot of ways that we've done this and constructed the program to it works to everyone's advantage. So we're all making money. At the same token, you're learning and earning and making money, and then you'll be able to do the same with others, right? So buy more property with less money, structuring a deal to buy and control a property regardless of income source. It doesn't matter, right? No credit. No banks, rent to own, lease options, wholesale, Subto, fix and flip, and buy and hold. Now, as you can see right there, is with myself and an associate and the seller on that particular crazy property, right? That we met them, came through a lead, right? We're website, lead, filled out. It was the mission is the submission. They actually filled out all the information. Boom, we saw it, lead. I got on the phone, reiterate all the information, make sure we're good to go, set up an appointment. And myself, my associate, went out to the gentleman's house. This particular property, the son lived in this house, happened to be, yes, a hoarder. And, you know, I'm not going to lie, probably the house was going to get shut down 2 or 3 times because of health code, and the city came down and everybody kind of knew that house. I didn't, even though I lived in the area, you know, on the kind of outskirts there. I went in, and when we seen the property, it was like literally like trash filled up halfway in the room. We're not talking about a hoarder where you put some stuff and you walk through it and there's a maze. No, it's literally like half the room is filled with trash and all kinds of shit, right? So as you can see right there, that's the garage, and we had to clean out that garage. That was filled up with a bunch of stuff, and we had to gut it all out, clean it all up, and put it back on the market and resell it. Now, the story with that gentleman is a Subto deal. Yes, we met him. We sat down at the kitchen table. We talked about the property. We didn't even view it. We actually sat there. The gentleman said, hey, I just got through a divorce. I got a new wife. My son, you know, he works at Universal Studios, I believe. I'm going to share that with you. But, you know, I just want to get him a mobile home. I just want to get him a mobile home so he can, you know, live his life. I want to get him out of that house. And, you know, I got a mortgage on it and all this other good stuff. You know, they got to keep on paying on it, and the city keeps on messing with me and all kinds of other stuff, right? So let me see what we got here. Put this right up in here too. For the promo, where's it at? I'm in an irritating mood today. I'm usually all chipper and positive mental attitude, which it probably sounds like I do have, right? But so little things irritating me, all right? Like technology sometimes. Anyways, so let's keep rolling, right? I'll finish up the story. It's an awesome story. So we're sitting at the kitchen table, rocking out a deal, going through all the numbers, and I said, hey, no problem. We got some numbers here. Doesn't look like he was going to move forward here and there. He's like, I don't know about that. I got to do this. I got to do that. We hit him with every bottle that came down the wire. Me and my associate stepped out, said, boom, look, let's just give this guy his money. Let's give him half, right? Then when we fix up the property, we'll give him the other half. What do you think, man? I said, well, you know what? I don't want to write that check. If you want to write that check, go for it. He said, all right, shit, I'll do it, man. All right, cool. But we're still going 50-50, right? Because this is a guy that came and started working with me who spent $20,000 on some other program. So this is kind of like before it was even mentoring, right? So it was like crazy. So we were chit-chatting and talking and stuff. And, you know, we spent a bunch of money on mentoring or some coaching. It was just a bunch of, you know, coaching stuff, books and CDs and cassettes or whatever. I don't know. Whatever they gave out at the end of the day. And we're sitting there talking, went back to the kitchen table, said, boom, no problem. Let's work it out. He goes, look, this is all I want. This is all I want for the property. I only need this much right now. Right? I only need, I think it was like 65, 70,000 right now. Cut me a check and the house is yours. I'm going to go buy a mobile home for my son. I'll just tell me when you need me to get him out. I said, no problem. I'll tell you what, you can just tell him. And when we get ready to close this thing, you can just have him move out whatever he wants, and whatever's left over, yes, they know it's going to cost us more money, but we'll go ahead and throw it away and sign off a waiver and all that good stuff, so we can either throw it away or donate it, whatever's left over, to charity. And that's what we did. And that's just the gentleman pretty much right there. Is we're cutting him a check for the second part of the property, right? So we're cutting him a check, taking over the property, going to cash him out again once the property gets sold, and give him another check. And that's getting a nice juicy testimonial from the seller. So it's pretty fun. It's awesome. It's great when you get to do that. It's great when the seller actually appreciates what you're doing for them, because he's in a pickle. So we got the city off his ass. We were able to give him the money he needed. So that solved two problems. The third problem was getting his son into a new piece of property, right? And then the fourth problem was going, man, get this thing out of my name, boom, but I'm willing to do it. You spend all your money. In other words, you used our money to fix up the property, put it back on the market, resell it, cut him another check. And then when we did that, we got a nice testimonial. He said, hey, what are you going to do with the money? He goes, hey, man, I'm going to pay down some bills for my last ex-wife and this and whatever. And he said, I'll pay down my bills. And then me and my wife are going on a cruise. We haven't been on a cruise. I've been on cruises. He says, oh, yeah, I go on cruises all the time. But my wife, I think he was a little younger or whatever, right? And he decided, yep, they're going to go on a cruise and do their stuff. But stuff like that is what happens. That's the beauty of real estate, even on the single family stuff, right? It's a little more personal than multifamily. And then there are families that have multifamily and they want to sell, but they just don't keep those records as good as they should. So there's a lot of value add plays. And how are we different? Well, first and foremost, we're a one-on-one mentoring company using the art of the deal along with group coaching, plug and play. We set up Amplified Mentees with all the tools needed to be in the business within 24 to 72 hours, because we still use human beings for onboarding. Yes, there's AI and things of that nature. For the Amplified Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, yes, it's automatic, rock and roll, go in and you're good to go. Onboarding is super fast and easy. But for the one-on-one, yes, it's a little bit more personal and intimate, I should say, as we get together and we're rocking and rolling to move forward to help you in this business. Using our surfing for deals method to get leads within minutes, and that helps you get into the business super fast and quick. So we do splits on about 6 deals, right, that we do. With about 90% of the work is hand holding and the work is done by us anyways. We don't charge for extra modules and module 1, module 2, like especially for right now, as you can see right there. Path 1, 1997, it's in the chat, right? 1997 group coaching. Work with us live every week, real deals with real feedback. With that is, and even the mentoring program, right? It's we're partnering up. So we don't charge, because modules, even in the Amplified Accelerator, it's $1,997. You're gonna learn wholesaling, right? That's a $4,000 or $5,000 product or module that we can just separate and just sell to people and show them how to wholesale. Then there's seller financing. Seller financing can be anywhere from same thing, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12,000, right? But we're not doing that. It's in the program. Sub 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12,000 bucks for sub 2. Nope. It's in the program. It's not a separate module. We could make it a totally different product and sell that product off for that price. Guarantee it, right? People are doing it. There's people already paying that, right? It's already going. There's other people that have other programs that do this stuff, okay? But I think, well, why should I go with you guys? Because the one-on-one mentoring program. Nobody does one-on-one mentoring program unless you're going to spend $150,000, and even then, you're still not going to be mentored by the person on the marquee, right? This is not going to happen, right? Who's on the marquee? That's us. That's me. We're going to help you, okay? We have a personal interest in you to be successful, so then you have a personal interest in us to be successful, and it makes it reciprocal, because you're investing in us and we're investing in you, not just money and time. Well, it is actually money and time that we're investing in each other, so it becomes reciprocal. And it is based on muscle memory. We know how to educate and mentor you into success if you show up to the party and you listen and you take action. So as we keep on rocking and rolling here, right, if new software or new method comes up that works in the market, right? And we have tested the information and we'll share it with you. We'll give it to you. Unless there's a cost and we can't, just pass it on to you, then hey, take care of the hard cost, and at least you're going to have something that's going to make you more money. There's no tons of videos to watch with the American Mentee program. No tons of PDFs to read. No bullshit. No drama. It's all action-based. It's based on muscle memory and battlefield tested is how we rock and roll the American Mentee program. Obviously, I know for a fact nothing compares to us, right? There's other companies out there that charge $50,000 for videos, books, maybe a mentor if you're lucky once a week, or a coach. It's not even a mentor. It's a coach that will call you, touch bases with you. Hey, did you do this? Did you do that? Did you read this? Did you watch this video? Boom, boom, boom. Did you call these agents, right? They do weekly calls, about maybe 12 to 20 calls throughout the program. There's a program that they charge $30,000. Same thing for videos, books, a mentor a week, 12 to 20 calls, virtual live training with 30 plus others across the United States of America, right? This is not a course, right? With a ton of books or videos, there's no fluff, CDs, and all kinds of bullshit that comes with that. Okay, basically what it is just action to get results. It's just action to get results. True one-on-one mentoring. The only program of its kind on the planet, and I truly believe that, and I can say that and backed it up because nobody does what we do. I know what's out there. AMP Live, the American Mentee program. You learn the art of the deal, what I like to call the AMP Live method, creative real estate investing. No one can take it, and that's the thing, is that once we share this with you, and once you learn it, nobody can take it away from you, okay? Nobody. You actually become one of the 3%, one of the 1 to 3% that really know how to do creative real estate investing, and that is priceless, super priceless, because 97% or so of American investors do not understand creative real estate investing or do it truly or creatively understand the mechanisms and do it right. I think I saw something, it's Facebook, it is what it is, right? Facebook's kind of turned into like Craigslist, I guess, right? But somebody goes, hey, I just got my first Subto deal. Then you read it and you go, man, everybody in the post kind of being assholes and shit, but it's true. And no, that's not a Subto deal, man. You just got you didn't even record the thing. You didn't do anything that smells like a Subto deal. It's more like I believe it's called a contract for deed, and those are the worst. You get in the contract for deed, it gives all the control to the seller, right? You fart wrong, they take the property, right? You look at them wrong, they take the property. You mess up on any of the covenants, they take the property, no control, no structure. It's dumb. But people are doing dumb stuff out there. It is what it is. That's just part of the jam. I'm going to go ahead and do a little intermission and break. Where we at? How many minutes we got here? What's going on? Let me see what we got. Oh, there it is. Boo. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up pretty soon. But I'll share a couple of things here with you, right? I was supposed to do the NOD. So let me go ahead and pull that up, right? And go from there. Because I want to share that with you, right? I want to run one deal for you to go ahead and take a look at and see what it's like. It's going to be a Southern California NOD ARV. Now, the ARV is going to be about 250,000 buckaroonies. Let me see. It's probably, 70, 75%. LTV is going to be about, I think, 165, 155. It does smell like a good Subto with the seller finance hybrid. There's going to be some work that needs to be done to clean it up. We can even then, we're looking at other properties. I'll share with you like on a seller finance type issue. I'll even share with you the seller finance calculator to show you what it looks like and then go from there. Excuse me. Oh, yeah, I was eating. Oh my gosh. Oh, how rude, huh? Three numbers from this week that every investor needs to carry into this weekend. Okay. Number one, 62%. That's the cost premium of buying versus renting in California right now, right? If you're paying $2,800 in rent, you need to spend at least $4,500 to own a comparable home at today's rates. The gap is why first-time buyers are flooding back into the market, and why the lease option and seller finance structure is the bridge that actually works. There you go. With the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, you're going to learn what? Lease options, rent to own, right? Seller finance. Those things are prime right now. Number two, all right, I'm going to leave you with number two, 20%, okay? That's the number, 20%. What does that mean? Well, that's how much NOD filings are up nationally year over year. California is up 15%. Now, these aren't victims, right? These are homeowners with equity, with low rate mortgages, and with a problem that you can solve, that I can solve, that we can solve together, right? The Subto structure was literally built for this moment. You ready for number three? Number three is 7. Is it lucky 7? 777? 7, look, consecutive months of declining listing prices nationally. Sellers are adjusting. That means that motivated seller who was asking $300, $400, $500, $800, $1 million for their property in January, right, might be ready to hear what? A creative offer that makes sense. Somewhere in the $700,000-$800,000 range, like today, right? Like I mentioned earlier, someone went and bought an Airbnb, spent $907,000, almost $1 million for a piece of property. Oh, you know what? I don't think I like Airbnb, so I'm going to go ahead and sell it. Now that all they can get is 835,000 buckaroonies after they spent all that money, get it all lined out, move forward, and maybe it didn't work, and now they want to sell it for $837,000 of losing money, right? So instead of losing money, we come to the rescue. We structure those deals together, and we structure it with terms that work for both, right? So make it a win-win-win situation. Those 3 numbers, right? They're your weekend homework. All right. AHA mission and moment. Then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Domination Live Networking Meetup. Before I let you go into the weekend, I want to say something real quick. So, yes, I'm going to read this stuff for you because I have it here and there's notes. So, this show exists because of AHA, Americans Helping Americans. AHA, Americans Helping Americans. Every strategy we teach, every formula we run, all right, it's not just investors making money. It's about regular American families owning the properties they live in, right? Owning the properties that they purchase. Owning a piece of America and getting back to what? Getting back to owning America, okay? Getting into the club, right? Remember I mentioned earlier that system was created to keep you out? Well, no longer. That is AHA's mission. When I got started doing this stuff, I said, what? People don't understand how to do that. They don't understand how to do sub-2 or seller finance. Well, they probably should if they're investors. Heck, you're a real estate agent. Shouldn't you be investing in real estate, but you've never invested in real estate? That's a shame, right? No, it shouldn't be like that. There should be brokerages that actually teach this stuff, but they don't teach that stuff, right? They're going, oh, no, that's the other side. Oh, we can't do that. That's all bullshit. That's going to change. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. It's already changed. It's been changing for years now. And it's only going to get more and more prevalent in this market as all these companies like Compass and KW or whatever. There's a bunch of companies getting gobbled up by bigger companies, which means more of what? There you go. Conglomerate bullshit, more corporate bullshit, trying to control all the data and control kind of all the stuff, through real estate and the MLS, blah, 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 blah. They're always going to be what? The mom and pop investors that save America. Shit, they saved America when the market took a shit in 2008. It wasn't big corp. It wasn't the government. It was mom and pop investors that pulled us out of the shithole. It'll be the mom and pop investors like you and I and others that would do the same again every single time, but we don't get credit for it. They don't get credit for it, and they just get smashed and hammered for it. And the glory goes to the government, goes to the big companies, or, a bunch of bullshit, right? It's all propaganda. Before I let you go into the weekend, I want to say something. This show exists, like I said, I already said that, blah, blah, blah. Here we go. AHA and Americans have Americans. Yes, everybody's strategy. It's not about investors making money. It's about American families and properties where they get to live in, building generational wealth instead of paying somebody else's mortgage and letting others at the same token. I get it, right? There's always going to be renters and someone doing that stuff. Breaking the cycle of traditional real estate system that has been designed to keep them in. Now, obviously, there's a young man that broke the cycle and locked up a property in 14 days. Another gentleman, a young man, obviously was doing deals and said, hey, you know what? I didn't think I could do this while I was on vacation, and actually got that and actually did that. Patience broke it after 16 years of being in the Army. She goes, man, I never had mentoring like this, not even in the Army. You can too. Tools are free. The system exists. The question is whether you're going to use it. That's the AHA mission. And that's why we're here every week. That's why I'm here every week, throughout the day, throughout the weekend. And yes, I'm sharing the program. I'll give them some free stuff away and some calculators away. And but I know I spend a lot of time with my mentees and my students at the end of the day. Rock and roll and all that you do, in God we trust. I'm going to go ahead and close this out with the weekend. Yes, that's right, with the weekend call to action, right? Call to action. Then I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the American mission that I was just sharing with you. I know I broke it up a little bit. And then maybe I'll close it out with a little bit of the calculators. Or maybe I'll just show them to you. And then maybe later on, I'll go ahead and break one down for Saturday training and go from there. Now, 2 more things before you go into the weekend. 1, we have 2 webinars. We're supposed to have 2 webinars, but we got one today. That's one right now that's happening, right? We're going deep into the AMP Live Accelerator and the American Mentee Program. Right now, it's the American Mentee Program, the AMP Live Creative Real Estate Investing Domination Live Networking Meetup. Right now that you're watching, you can go forward, backwards, watch all the golden nuggets and take advantage of that, because there is golden nuggets and pro tips in every video that I drop. Real Estate Domination Live, the hardest hitting show of the week. That's right, rocking and rolling for you today, both at webinar.amp/live.net. Shit, I'll just put it in here for you. Let me copy this shit and put it in there. All right, ready? Here we go. Check it out. Every Friday, just lock it in, whatever the time is, I believe. What we got? Is it right there? No, I get this one. Man, I'm getting all these brain farts. What the hell? You ever have brain fart? Guy, you never get a brain fart? Brain farts. Sounds funny. All right. You make myself laugh. All right, so bring your deals. Bring your questions. Bring them here live, and we'll answer them. We'll talk with you. See if I can get Miss Al from VIPeXecs Realty Lending Investments and some team members to come on and talk, as well as just mentees to share their stories, share their testimonials, share the good, the bad, the ugly deals. We're going to talk about those deals. NODs are hot and they're rocking. Of course, everything under this, as long as it's a distressed situation, a distressed property that's stacked with different types of issues becomes your best deal. And there is, yes, money in the follow-up. So keep on rolling. Don't quit because they say, so just keep hammering away, okay? Now, two. The tools you need this weekend, right? Free calculator, right? That's the seller finance calculator. The accelerator right now. Oh, that was for the Father's Day promo and special, right? So that's today. Grab it while you can. If you see it, I'm going to drop it. There's a link, and it's only for today for the Father's Day promo for the accelerator. You can jump on that. The American Mentee Program, obviously, is AMP Live. Get Erick Paul Live application. Free Thursday webinar. That's going to be every Thursday. You can jump on that. Have a great weekend. Stay focused, and definitely bring me a deal by Monday. Rock and roll in all that you do. In God we trust. I'm going to go ahead and share this. I'm going to wrap this up with this slide here. I didn't get into a bunch of other ones. I'm not going to, but I do want to share this with you, okay? Look, this is a course with tons of books. It doesn't have tons of books like I mentioned for you, right? At the end of the day, if you want to become 1 to 3%, then you need to jump aboard this program. And I'm going to share one thing right here, right now with you, if I can talk. Why we have a mentor, right? Why have a mentor? I don't know. Tell me, why should we have a mentor, right? To take yourself to the next level. That's what it did for me. You avoid expensive mistakes. Happens all the time. You can hire an amateur. You can hire an expert. It's way, way, way more cost effective to hire an expert. Learn creative real estate investing that only around 3% of investors in America know how to do, right? Get a live deal in under 30 days if you listen, follow directions, take action, get results, and go over the results. But then we go over those results together, right? So you understand the principles, and if you understand them, great. If you don't, then we're gonna keep on rocking until you do. We're gonna hammer that stuff into your mind until you understand it. Then we rinse and repeat. Priceless, period. That's how I learned, and that's how we're gonna share with you. Now the numbers, right? More than 9 out of 10 agents said their business increased by at least 10% during the first year they worked with a coach. That's with a coach, right? Can you imagine? It's going to be even higher with a mentor. More than half said their business increased by over 25%. When asked what coaches provide that brokerages don't, the most popular response was accountability. 73% was accountability. Motivation, 62%. And consulting, 50%. Truth. I'm not a big guy with statistics because statistics can get fudged. There's only a handful. It's not the whole 300 and something million people of America that you got to pull from. It's a bunch or a handful of people. So statistics are just that, statistics, right? But a lot of this is true because I've been in the business long enough to know that it is. Now, a mentor is priceless. All right, nothing compares to what we do in the market. Nobody wants to because nobody does what we do. We mentor 7 days a week if needed for the American Mentee program and only that program. Okay, so look, if I had to put a price on my mentor, Hal from Hal's Houses, God rest his soul, it would have been $500,000 because that's what I made him, and I made my little $5,000 and $10,000 checks. And he made the bulk of the money. He did the deals. He did the fix and flips, right? So I pay, like I mentioned before, I'd pay him $1 million to learn what I learned. Why us? Our methods that 90% of agents, wholesalers, and investors and brokers don't know how to use, know about, or even know how to do this in the current market. We believe in what we do. We've always show up to the party. In God we trust. United we stand. We are all working towards the same dream every single day. Hands-on training with experience, no bucks. We don't waste time, right? And all that good stuff, tons of videos. But if we do have them, if we do give them to you, it's to reiterate what you've learned so you can understand what to do. We go live with rebuttals, and then there's videos, and there's the scripts and things of that nature that you need to learn, yes. And then you come back. It's kind of like if you're going to learn Kung Fu from Bruce Lee, right? Then you're going to go train. Now, you don't sit there and train for 10 hours with the guy, right? Unless that's different. That's like a boxer and a box. That's a different whole type of thing. So you go learn, you do the lessons, you do the practicing, then you go home and you practice. Then you come back, and then you go through the moves, and then he makes sure that you're going through the moves correctly or slap you around until you get it right, right? Kind of the same thing here, right? Why us, right? It's because we believe in what we do, right? We're here to help you hyper-focus and learn at your own speed. We'll move as fast or as slow as you need to go. It's one of my favorite terms I haven't used in a while, but how do you eat an elephant? How do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And it's true. Most people give you the whole elephant and they throw everything on the table and they say, go for it. When they do that, good luck on trying to eat the elephant. It's impossible. You're not going to know what to do, how to do it. That's life, right? But when you're working with us and you're held accountable for something, yeah, we're going to show you how to eat that sumbitch one bite at a time. We're going to go little by little. That is the secret. That is the key. What you get from us, what you get with us, right? It's one-on-one mentoring for the next 6 months. One-on-one mentoring. Plug and play, start within 24 to 72 hours, full onboarding. We still use human beings, like I mentioned, to get this done. We give you the marketing, the emails, lead generation page, microsite, surfing for deals that explode your phone and email with leads and minutes. And then obviously the CRMs and the workflows and the texts and the ringless voice message and the marketing pieces that you can rebrand. In the beginning, you may piggyback off of AHA, American Top of Americans, to get you in the front door as we build out your rock and roll awesomeness and lead gen machine. But the most important part is you. 80% is you, 20% is tech. Even if you don't have the tech, guess what? You can still survive in this business because it's about you. It's about your skill set. It's about locking up freaking deals better than anybody in your area. You're going to slap the shit out of them, right? You're going to turn them into jabronis, right? Along with our help. We give you, like I mentioned, full marketing, okay, when you come on board and work with us, okay? And this is for the American Mentee program. You can save your buckaroos, with all the startup funds, because I've known people that got their website going, their SEO. They spent $5,000, $7,000 on direct mail and all kinds of other stuff. And 6 months later, they're ready to roll. We're ready to roll, but they didn't work on themselves. They sucked at what? Getting on the phone. They sucked at closing. They sucked at the submissions. They couldn't break down deals. They're spending too much time building the machine. But when the leads dropped all those leads, the machine bring a ton of deals to the table. They couldn't close them, or they're going, oh, there's too many people because they're dealing with. I believe it was a Marine in the Midwest with his wife, and they're dealing with tired landlords. I go, first and foremost, if you're not trained on tired landlords, they're going to kick your ass because they're landlords and you're new. and you're looking for a tired landlord, which is like 1% out of 100. So they're very rare. You got to go through a lot. But if you're getting them and you're getting them and you're getting them and you're getting them, eventually, if you know what to do, then you'll rock one and you'll lock them up. They just didn't go, man, there's too much. These are all shit leads. They're not shit leads. You're just shit. They're shitty at what they did. And whoever coached them and mentored them put the cart before the horse and pretty much got effed. And at that time, they already in it 20, 30, 40, 50,000 bucks. Oh, no, we can't move forward. Said, hey, I'll help you out, but it's not going to be free, right? Nobody works for free. I'll help you get your money back, right? And that's how it usually works for the American Mentee program. They piggyback on our national brands or stories or your stories or testimonials or your testimonials. In-house graphics rebranded with amplified mentees information, your phone, your links, email, just to get you rocking and rolling. And then eventually we start rocking deals. You put money back into your business. Then we start building out your rock and rollness. Start building out your legacy, your dream. Everything is for you at the end of the day. This is for you. It's not for us. The byproduct is us doing deals and working with you and making money, right? Coming aboard and dropping the hard cost doesn't even cover. It's like a lost leader. It doesn't cover what we do. It doesn't cover my time. None of that. So we got to make sure that if you perform, we make money by rocking deals. If you don't, then, hey, we get stuck holding the what? The bag, and it sucks. That's why nobody wants to do it that way. All right. So here's some of the awesome marketing that was done by our marketing department, which happens to be, yes, our beautiful, lovely daughter rocks and rolls with this stuff. My son's involved in business, a family business. We're all together. And what we do here, but check this out. Sell your house fast. Americans helping Americans. Know your options. Walk away from your house. Why not walk away with some cash, people? Come on. We have solutions for you, right? Americans helping Americans, cash deals. We deal with foreclosures, all that good stuff. We have the We Buy Houses, ugly ones too. Cash, sell your house fast, flyers, and we've got the half flyers. You can do postcards. You can use this for your online assets and rocking and rolling. You can rebrand the stuff, do whatever you like at the end of the day. And obviously the business cards and things of that nature are super powerful. And there's even more benefits, right? Direct access to our private emails, phones, and resources. You're going to get access to me directly. We're going to hook you up, put you on a platform we call RC, right? So we can share. You're going to have our team's going to be in there. We're going to be in there. You're going to be in there. So we keep everything in one spot. Not going, hey, where's the email? What about that platform, and this platform, and all kinds of other stuff, and downloading this and that. It'll all be in one spot. And there will be some other training in a different section. Uh-oh. All right. Let me drink some water here. Starting to get a little harsh. All right, let's roll. What else we got? All right, so stay connected. We don't have to leave you on your. We don't leave you on your own. You're always connected. We respond back same day. We believe in customer service is number one. You also get VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments, like I mentioned before, right? Let me go ahead and put that QR code right there for you. Where's it at? Right there, boink. Scan that QR code. So you, as part of the onboarding, right? If you come aboard the Amp Live Creator Real Estate Investing Accelerator, it's $1,997. That is, we're doing that for Father's Day and Father's Day only. Again, a promo. That's right, a hybrid of one-on-one mentoring, coaching, live coaching, deal analysis, and live support on Tuesdays. For the American Mentee program, well, it's the American Mentee program, right? Nothing changes there except for it is 50% off for the American Mentee program, but that is a selection process. So there'll be a link in there. You can book some time with myself, fill out the application. So we want to know a little bit about you, what you're about. Are you new? Are you seasoned? Have you done deals? Have you not done deals? Have you paid for mentoring? Are you willing to, punch your way out of a paper bag? How much do you want this? Just tell us a little bit about yourself and what you've been doing. And if we're a good fit, we'll chit chat, we'll talk, and we'll rock or not. It's pretty simple. But you actually get access to VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments and luxury property step into excellence. So you have access to hard money, private money, traditional loans, listing for the novation stuff. You get part of the BRRRR method, right, for buying it, buy a property, fix it up with hard money, then get a BRRRR, get a DSCR loan, refi, pull some cash out, go do some more deals, and cash flow that some buck. And there's all kinds of other stuff that comes to the table. Yes, we're unloading Airbnbs, it doesn't matter. It could be storage units, multifamily. Everything comes down the wire because every mentee wants a little bit different, something different. At the same token, yes, we like to buy stuff and take stuff down in-house for our own stash for AHA, Americans Helping Americans, and our brands and things of that nature. So we do have the option to buy a deal from you, or you can buy a deal from us, or we work it together. Somehow it's real estate, right? We always were working together, but I'd rather work with the core. I'd rather work with people that have my back and we got your back than going, hey, it's some jabroni from Facebook that I don't know, and maybe Craigslist, or they got a deal, or maybe it's daisy chained, and all kinds of shit happens, right? And you can't control that stuff. So I'd rather have control by working with people that I know and like and love, right? Rock and roll. All right, stay connected. Okay, so it's an opportunity to JV like I just mentioned, right? So I got ahead of myself right there. So we do JV, we do joint venture only with our mentees. We want you to see there's nothing else like it. We want you to succeed for sure. We're going to keep on rocking and rolling here. All right, so why you need to come aboard? Why you need to come aboard? Because you need to use what God gave you and created you to do. That's real estate. It's business of some sort, okay? Prosper with abundance and wealth through God. We believe in what we like to call passionate people, right? There's a lot of passionate people in this world, and I believe there's something here that I want to share with you very quickly, okay? This testimonial from a gentleman. I always like this one because it's awesome. He just wanted his IT guy, got a first contract in 14 days. I just wanted to wholesale, learn the business. He spent about $36,000 on a program. And by doing that, he was like, man, I think it was a year and 3 months went by. No deals, no nothing. Still didn't know how to wholesale. Found us online. We started talking. We started chatting. Probably one of the fastest transactions as far as coming aboard. 20 minutes in, boom. I like this. I like that. This is what we do. This is what I do. Boom, boom. This is how we do it. Shit, how do I start? I just sent you the link. Boom. All right, just took care of it. Let's go. That's how fast, right? Those are the awesome, cool clients that I like, because they know what they want. They know exactly what they want. At the same token, they got beat up in the industry and they're going, man, there's got to be a better way. And that's it. Amp Live, the American Mentee Program, is the better way because we work with them exclusively. And basically what we did, within about 60 days, he wanted to do the house hacking thing. Wholesale, make some money, find a house, live in it for 1 year, rent it out, go get another one, and keep on rinsing and repeating until he's going to retire in the next 4 to 5 years. And same token, he used, I believe it was an FHA loan. So I said, cool, if you want to do that, you can. You don't have to. We can go seller finance, show you how to do some Subto stuff. He's like, no, you know what? It's been a while. I qualify for FHA again, because I went through a divorce, all kinds of other stuff several years ago. He said, man, I'm great, no problem. More power to you. Let's do it. Put down a couple of buckaroos. I'm going to help you. We helped him negotiate because I was looking at a house that was actually rehabbed. They didn't do a very good job, so we hammered him down, got an awesome price, got some equity, and he got into the property, yes, creatively, some creative touches, but a little bit of FHA love and a few other things that he needed help with, and they continued to move forward and doing the other things which was wholesale, Subto, seller finance, and things of that nature. And, that's the gist. That is the essence of AHA, Americans Out Americans and Amp Live. And as you can see there, I played his testimonial before because I love it. It's one of my favorite guys. God bless him at the end of the day as well. But as you can see, he appreciates what was done for him. Now, we've helped real people. Stephanie in Florida, Patience from Temecula, wrote an offer in 2.5 weeks, believe it or not, right? Thanks for the awesome training, support. I don't think I've ever had mentorship like this, even in my 16 years in the Army, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if there's a video here. I don't know if this plays or not. Probably not. Okay. That was a young man who came aboard, who went to another program, spent $20,000 and by, trying to learn how to wholesale. And eventually we ended up doing a deal. We did a fix and flip, and that was pretty awesome. Some of the stuff here, take the challenge. Go ahead and this is for you right here. Take the challenge today. Take the challenge today. I believe there is a QR code I'm going to put up here. I got to sneeze in a second, so I'm going to step out and probably do a sneeze. Woo! Rock and roll. Thank you. Oh, that was nice and juicy. All right, so let me put this up here. Where we got? Dun, 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 dun. Here we go. So it is 50% off right now. I usually don't throw the price on there, but maybe this is the one. I don't even know. Time to rock. Register here. I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to scan the QR code because I don't set these up, but make sure that I am rocking the right one. And I do have something special for the fathers because I want you to rock. There you go. All right. So that one's for the rock. That's for the done with you, done for you. If you scan that QR code right there, it's done with you, done for you. And that is at 50% off. That means everything. We're going to work with you. We're going to negotiate deals with you. 90% of the work is probably going to be on your first 2 deals, going to be through us. We're going to help you set up your business. We're going to help you set up your systems. We're going to help you set up everything, get you up and running and rocking and rolling to help you build a business and to kick some ass in your area. It's a done with you, done for you program. It's the ultimate of the ultimate. It's not just coming into a program. It's not a program. This is mentoring. This is to help you build a business, right? There's life coaching, there's regular coaching, there's business coaching, there's actual us and stuff that you're going to learn that nobody teaches because you're not going to be able to learn this stuff on videos and things of that nature. It's working with us exclusively, working with me and you exclusively to rock and roll and help you build your business. And then, do acquisitions and dispo and start building out your program, your business. And then, plugging in AI. If you want to build a whole AI team and you don't want human beings, that's totally up to you because that's what's going on in today's market. All right, so that's that there. I will do this one here. This is for done with you. Okay. This is done with you. That means, hey, the rest of the stuff done for you means we'll share what needs to be done. You'll know what needs to be done. It's part of our program several years ago, what we used to do, because we didn't want to be, hey, we're not lead generators. We're not going to do this. We don't have, tech support. We have tech support for us and for what we do. But at the same token, this is just for, rocking deals, building you, the 80%. The other 20% is tech, right? Tech is awesome. It's going to bring you leads. It's going to bring you business. You got to have that. If you don't have that, you're going to perish. You need to rock, right? Because if you don't adapt to technology, AI, text, ringing voice message, CRMs, you're going to have a hard time. Trust me. It's just going to take longer. But having both is going to kick some ass. This right here is for the American Mentee program. Definitely take advantage of it while you can. I do have this little free gift for you right there. Boom. You can download the free Subto Fix and Flip calculator. It is absolutely free. It comes with 3 bonuses, stuff that you're going to need in the business, like a subject to deal analysis. It's going to give you some scripts to be able to use for Subto seller finance, pre-foreclosures, which is perfect right now for this environment in this area, or this I should say, not area, but this environment, but this, I should say, time frame right now in regards to what's happening in the industry. You also have a make me an offer, I should say a maximum allowable offer. I've never got into that mail shit. It's like, whatever. It's a term that's irritating to me. And the maximum allowable offer bullshit, because look, you can have 70% deal and walk away. Not every deal has to be at 70 cents or 75 cents on the dollar, because you can construct it and turn it into a sub-2 deal, a seller finance deal, and make even more money, right? So those numbers are bullshit at the end of the day. And you can use them. It's just a standard, metric for everybody. And the maximum allowable offer, I get it. That's like a term for auctions. Just don't spend more than you don't need to spend. Have your cap. That's where it's at, and leave it at that. And don't offer any more, right? We like to offer 1, 2, and 3. Cash 1, cash 2, cash 3. Then we do some terms, some cash now, some not cash, some options. If we can't do an option, we'll rock a novation. We can't do a novation. We'll offer them a marketing program. To put some signs out there and get some lead generation. Shit, if that don't work, just move it over to the broker and let them list the property, or let them give them a loan of some sort, right? So, and if we can't get anything out of that, hey, you can't win them all, right? I don't give a shit how much you have to offer somebody. You can lead a horse to drink, doesn't mean they're going to drink water, right? They could be thirsty as shit and they won't drink water. Oh, that water, I don't know, it's dirty. I might get sick. You won't drink the shit. You're thirsty. Let's go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you. It's the Amp Live TV, always real, raw, and standing for truth. I appreciate you watching the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Amp Live TV, I do appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Like, love, and share so we can get this out to more and more people. That is the cause and mission, is to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America, and even the world, if that's the case, is to help our fellow Americans with the true cause and mission, right? To help you with real estate, to help you with your creative real estate investing business, to help you get into the business, to help you open up your eyes so you can read between the lines, see the forest through the trees, as I always say. I also say rock and roll in all that you do. In God we trust. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. I'm going to be here probably. I might get a wild hair up my butt and come back at 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock or something like that, maybe, because there's things I want to share. I do want to have that special promo for all Father's Days, right? And that's the, I believe it's when we first did our pre-launch. I said I'd never ever want to do that because it's not worth it to do it. But at the end of the day, I think it's proven because we have a cool young man and a few other people that have rose to the top as well. And they're writing offers, they're getting LOIs out there. You know who, if you watch this, you know who you are. If not, kudos to them. They're dedicated. They're opening up their mind. They're learning. They're adapting. They're adjusting. Because when you do that, instead of perishing or failing, they won't, right? I always say, no, they're going to rock and roll because they're going to show up to the party. They're going to do what they need to do. They're going to do it for themselves and for their families. That's the American way, right? That's what AHA and Americans Helping Americans stands for. That's why AMP Live Media was built. That's why the American Mentee program was developed and created to help our fellow Americans across the United States of America. And of course, VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments and luxury properties, because that's right. A lot of luxury properties are getting stuck. They're having a hard time. Can you wholesale a luxury property? Sure can. You got a luxury property you need to get sold? Give us a holler. VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments, get it sold. That's what we're here to do. That is our life mission at the end of the day, is to help you and others across the United States of America. So hopefully that resonates with you. I appreciate you. Keep on rocking and rolling. As I always say, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I know I didn't. You know what? I'm going to do it. I don't give a shit if this turns into a 2-hour video because there is a limit, right? When I download, there's certain things that can't go onto certain platforms. Like, oh, we got to chop up the video and do this and do that. And it's a lot easier to chop up smaller videos and monetize them, but I don't care. I want to show this to you because I said I was going to show it to you, and I didn't get a chance to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and go right here and share the screen. And let's bring up the Wholesale. Is that the one? Deal Analyzer. Subto Fix and Flip Calculator. Amp Vault. What? There we go. Is this it? Let me see. How did it go? There it is. Nope. Oh, that's way down there. We're on the opposite side of the spectrum. Come on. Join the AMP Live Mentee program. Okay, well, I'll share that with you. Why not? Because that's what we're talking about today. The American Mentee program. And then I'll go over here and I'll just share. I'm going to share the calculators with you. Those are absolutely free, and they come in a bundle too. So they actually come with the vault. It's called the vault. I don't know if I pulled that up here, but you can take a look at this right here. This is the American Mentee program. You can join the challenge. You can join. This is to join the program, actually, right? So when you go and join the program, you go over here, click the challenge part, boink. It's going to see if you qualify, start your AMP Live, or you newbie, seasoned, training, any of that stuff. Click submit your application, and then it'll ask you some more questions, and it's a beautiful, lovely thing. Easy peasy stuff. Okay. You can also go here. I believe this is the one. I'll go ahead and share this with you. And this is for Father's Day, okay? I'm going to share this tab only. This is for Father's Day for today. If you take advantage of it and you come aboard, I will honor this. Other than that, it's a no-go. Okay, there it is right there. I'm going to honor that for all fathers across the United States of America. All right, this one right here, the 147, okay? And if you decide to do the 1997, no problem. 147 is, yes, it's a do-it-yourself program. It's just going to be videos. You have some questions. We'll actually do a live call that I'll throw in there. So it'll be a live call to see where you're at and what you're about and to point you in the right direction. And to go from there when you decide to step up to the 1997. I will honor the hybrid of one-on-one mentoring, the coaching, the deal analysis, and, yes, the live, the customer service support on Tuesdays, okay? And for whatever reason, you're like, you know what? I don't want any of that. I want to do the one-on-one mentoring program. Then no problem. We'll talk and we'll chat. And if it's a good fit, we'll rock together. That's my promise to you. Okay, let's get into the calculator. That's the wholesale calculator. I'm going to do the seller finance one, or where's the sub two one? Where's sub two? Sub two. Let's do sub two. Well, I'll just share this with you. If you can see this, I'm going to share the tab with you. This is a seller finance. I think some stuff has already been put into this calculator here. All right, so let me go to it so I can see it. All right, so I believe this was kind of start out. Yeah, 155,000 asking price, estimated repairs of 35, monthly payment to seller. We're going through this. Will actually put it all together. It has some cool stuff here. You want a low down, a zero down, interest only, balloon, wraparound, boink. You can change it all up, and it'll just change the figures for you. Cash flow analysis is $357. Purchase price, all down payment, monthly cash flow. It's going to share it with you once you put in those numbers, right? Effective rent, total expenses, cash on cash return. DSCR is at 2.10. Boom, that's beautiful and lovely. Exit strategy is 3 years. Annual appreciation, we're going 3% a year. Exit cost 8%. Equity and exit program protection, right? Equity at purchase 118,000. Projected value at exits 273. Loan balance is 116. Exit cost 21, so we're total profit at exit is $137,404, which is a lot more than what? A wholesale deal, fix and flip deal, right? This makes sense. All right, equity position, strong seller finance deal, present with confidence, right? Here's why seller finance wins, right? Leave behind for sellers. Now, instead of waiting to sell, realtor commissions, right? 5-6% of price, months of showing and uncertainty. Buyer financing falls through, repair demands for inspection, capital gains tax all at once, which is happening right now with that crazy 1997 law in California anyways. With seller finance, you get no realtor commission, one buyer, close fast, guaranteed monthly income, property sold as is, tax spread over years, form 6252, right? There you go. You can print a summary right here. I don't even know what this does, but let's take a look. See if it pops up. Okay, boom. Okay, that gives you a summary of what you need. I might change that because I'd rather have like just a one pager. Put that all together. But that's how the seller finance offer calculator is designed. That's in one of our packages too. I think you can get that for $97. There's about 4 calculators, and it'll definitely help you out. You can also go to the charter program right here, and you can just click that button right there, and that probably is going to take you there. And then I'll share that tab with you as well. That's for the $1,997. Regular price is $12,997. I'm probably thinking, well, I'm going to confuse you with all this stuff, right? That's not my purpose. I just want to do my sharing thing and share with you what we have and what we're doing. I'm going to go ahead and share this with you as well. This is a calculator for the wholesale calculator deal, or I should say, to be able to use your calculator to figure out wholesale deals, right? Very easy, and it's cool stuff. I'll share this with you real quick as well. This is a property that was actually in Victorville, the Antelope Valley area, or not Antelope Valley. Where is it at? The other side of the high desert, like Victorville, El Segundo, and all that good stuff, right? And this particular property, I believe it was about 325 comps, and then obviously need about $75,000. You can change this: cosmetic, moderate, full, gut. You can also motivation. You can change it to whatever, very high. Acquisition, see acquisition and closing, right? Put in the numbers, it's going to pop out. End buyer hold costs right here. We're looking at probably hold costs for the commission and all that good stuff, staging, seller concessions, your wholesale fee. Put in here about $15,000. You can do a double close, JV split. You can also do an assignment. You can change this to 15 to 20, whatever. It's 15,000 buckaroos. End buyer's minimum profit for an end buyer is 35, and Midwest, even in California, we change it to 55 or more. Double close fees, right? And then your offer, right, was we'll put it right in here at 145. Your assignment fees with the assignment price to the seller. So it'll break it all down here. It says the deal grade is a B. Maximum allowable offer, the math. End buyer profit, right, is going to be about $50,000 for the end buyer, 15.5% interest for their profit margins, right? Yes, buyer wins. We like to go over here to check what we get paid, right? Or you, wholesale profit, 15K. Can always do a double close, maybe 13. Deal overflow and market velocity. So this just gives us some numbers, right? Buyer spread, equity in the deal, discount, asking price, 100% of ARV, $180,000 discount, days on the market because it'll ask, and we'll put that in there. Spreads are very wide, moderate, typical fix and flip, right? Okay. So want to close deals like this, you can get the blueprint. Same thing, right? You can go ahead and click that, and it's going to take you to the Amp Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, and you can join. But for Father's Day, we're honoring that price that I just mentioned to you. There's also something else right here. It's very cool. There's a hard money calculator, right? So you get those deals and you're ready to go. You did your first deal, did your second deal, did your third deal. Maybe you know what? Hey, Eric, I want to fix and flip this bad boy. Can I get some hard money? Sure. You're already associated with VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments. So now you're already probably approved. Then you get you approved in 48 hours, right? So you're going to go ahead and put in this information. Now, I'm not sure if we got anything in here, but let's go. So I put in my information, boom, boom, right? Property address, that's usually not in there. I believe we'll go with, investing, beginner, 1 to 3 deals, 4 deals, 10 deals, right? Exit strategy, fix and flip. Is it a bird method? Let's check. You can click that. Is it wholesale? Is it buy and hold, fix and flip? After repair value, $55,000, purchase price, $375. You can get it, same thing, cosmetic, moderate, full Reno. Is it a gut? Entities and LLC. Liquid assets right there. Loan request, how much you need? $350,000. Need $350,000, 9% interest rate, 12-month term. 2 origination points. Expected hold time for rehab, about 3, 4, 5 months. Monthly payment's it'll automatically put that in there for you. You need a full draw, construction draws, refi cash out. What's it going to be? Pop that right in there. Exit resale costs, right? So this is all the stuff for the commission, staging, and all that good stuff, right? And rock and roll, Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator Program. That's what this is all about, as well as the American Mentee Program. But it says it's a strong qualifier. Submit your application, right? LTV, LTC, and equity cost of capital, net profit. Loan to value, 63.6. Loan to cost, 88. Net profit projected, 98,000. And then it gives you all these numbers I'm not going to go into. Strong qualifier, proceed to application. Ready to submit your loan proposal right there. Generate a professional 1-page proposal, package proposal, and submit directly to our preferred lending partner, VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investment, Step into Excellence. VIPeXecs Lender, Step into Excellence. There's the lender website. There's the information. But if you click this right here, it's going to give you, I think this is cool. There you go. Get yourself a 1-page proposal that you're going to send to VIPeXecs. Then you're going to be able to apply right here. Click that right there. And it's going to take you to this new tab, right? And I'm sure you can see that. Can you see it? Fill out the information, get started. Very easy. Boom, fill it all out. Easy peasy stuff, right? Of course it is. So we go back to the calculator. I'm going to share that tab. All right, we're back. Go ahead and close that tab. That's it. You want to apply, it's the same thing. It'll take you to apply. So these calculators are there for you to help you, to work with you, to show you what you need to do. They're there. This is one of my favorites here. I like this one. This is my Subto Fix and Flip calculator. Amplified Media Creative Real Estate Investing, our first creation of awesomeness. We put a skin around it, and we're giving it to you. Right here, you could actually use this for free. It's actually on live. It's live right now. I will actually go ahead and take this link and put it in the chat so you can use it. Let me see if we can. I'm going to share that with you right there. You can get that absolutely for free. I'm going to go ahead and share this tab right here. You can't see it, I know. I got excited, but didn't share it. All right, you can get the full blueprint. You can get the full Amplified Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator by clicking this tab right up in here. Let's see. There you go. Fix and flip. There it is. There you go. Beautiful. All right, now this is awesome for fix and flips, right? People going, hey, why would you sub to if you're going to fix and flip? Because that's what we do. And I'll explain it to you. You come aboard. Maybe I'll do it on the Saturday training, why we do this in a private setting. So here we go. Amp Live's sub 2, right? Sub 2 deal. This one's saying 15.5% profit margin, right? It means it's good. Solid deal. After repair value, $580,000. Current market rent, $3,900. Existing mortgage, $395,000. Now this is the beauty of what's happening right now, right? Like I've been explaining to you several of these lives, is that interest rates are low right now. Or I should say, interest rates are low if you find them, 2.8, 3, 4, 5% interest rates from the 2019, 22, 21, 23 era, and that's a good thing for you. Maybe not so good for the seller, but it will be if they want to sell now and they're having a hard time selling, or they want to avoid those capital gains taxes and all kinds of other stuff, where you do some seller finance, do a sub 2, take it over, cash them out, give them some money, and move forward. Monthly payment on this is $1,920. Acquisition cost, purchase price, we're actually going to pay higher than anybody else if you're going wholesaling. So that's the thing there. You get your 70 cents on the dollar, maybe it's 75. If you can't beat that, then we come around. Sub 2, we're going to kick their butts. We're going to show you how to kick their butts. So when they're leaving money on the table, we're going to gobble that money up on the table and provide those solutions to the sellers at the end of the day. All right, cash to selling. What was it? Cash to seller at closing, $15K. We're going to make up some back payments because it's behind on payments. And then obviously a little bit of cleanup if we're going to rent it and keep it. Additional amount for some cashola to make some stuff happen. Exit strategies and costs. So when we do that, we're going to go through here and we're going to see the total cost summary, maximal allowable purchase. This is always a fun one. I like this right here. 70%, $342. 65, $313. Maximum allowable for sub 2 adjusted, $343. What's our purchase price? $415. Oh my God, can we still make money? Of course we can. Now, if you're doing the 70% or even 75% rule, right, you'd be right there or a little higher. Here we go right here. Cash, obviously some numbers here of what we're given, the total cash required, $95K. You grab that through OPM, show you how to do your own bank and help you build your bank with credibility and all that good stuff, and do what you need to do to invest, and then fix and flip and roll their money 2 or 3 times. We call that friendship deals. So if you're interested in any of that, you're going, hey, you know what? I got a couple of bucks. I just want to write a check. I don't want to have to build a company. I don't want to pick up a hammer. I don't want to do any labor. I don't want to do none of that shit. I don't want to think about anything except for writing a check, giving it to us, we put it in real estate, we fix it up, put it back on the market, and we do what? Write a check and give it back to you, and then roll it 2 or 3 times a year as those deals come down the wire to create some wealth for you. Easy peasy, right? Now, gross profit on this deal actually says more like net is $89,683 if we decided to what? Flip it. If we decided to fix and flip it, then that's what we would do. If it's going to be, that's just the equity or the profit margin that can happen, right? And we go down here for the active market is good, moderate. And it basically the scorecard says, hey, right up here, that it's a B, solid deal. 15.5% profit margin. I like that. We're okay. We can go down to a minimum of 10%. If you want to close deals like this, then get the blueprint. You can go there and click this. It's the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator, Sub 2, wholesaling, lease options, and more. And yes, it's all in one program. It's not a module. It's not broken up into different modules, or 5,000 for this one, 3,000 for that one, 5,000 for this one. For this particular program, yes, it would probably cost you around 20,000 to get all 3, the wholesaling. 5 to 7, 8,000 bucks. Subject to existing financing, 8 to 10 to 12,000 bucks. Just regular seller financing to learn how to do that with some lease options and rent to own, same thing. 3, 4, 5, 6, 10,000 bucks. You'd be up to about $20,000 plus guaranteed. And that's just for those programs in module or buying those programs separately. It comes all together with the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. I'm going to share this with you right here. And I'll share this tab. And I will honor this even for the Father's Day promo. Come aboard, $1,997. We'll do the hybrid of one-on-one mentoring, live coaching, deal analysis, as well as customer support on Tuesdays. All right, and that'll be for the Amp Live Creative Real Estate Investing Accelerator. Yes, the regular program price is $12,997, but you don't have to pay that today. It's only $1,997. Heck, even if you have to make payments, I say make payments. Go for it. $747 a month. and we'll allow those monthly payments to happen for you, right? So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. It can't be the money. It can't be I don't have the time and any of that stuff. If you don't have the time, then you probably shouldn't be doing it. If you don't have the money, then no, yeah, I get it. You probably should figure something else out. I should say actually, if you can't afford it, then you need to do this so you can afford it, right? Period. Because one deal is going to get you. It's going to pay for itself 6-7 times over. Now, if it's a one-on-one mentoring program, that's a totally different jam, right? I wasn't going to share any of this, but I can't help myself because I think it's such a great program. You also get the Amp Live Vault contracts, LOIs, scripts, all that good stuff. It's included in the program, the standard vault. I'm going to go ahead and leave you with this real quick. Oh, there you go. Yeah, I'll share that with you. Look, you can always make payments. $747 the first month, second month, third month. It does come out to $2,241 versus $12,997, which is awesome. Okay, so take advantage of that while you can. We got anything else for you here before I wrap? Introduce you to myself right there, and Miss Al, VIPeXecs Realty Lending Investments. You scan that QR code right there. That's courtesy of VIPeXecs. If you're wanting to drop a license, you hang a license, or you're having a hard time, they're not helping you out, then you need to get in touch with me. I'll get you in touch with Al. And if you're a good fit, you get the best of both worlds, right? Real estate, agent, buyer, listing, as well as creative real estate investing. And that's just going to help you dominate your area. You're going to be able to kick back and finally do some deals, close some deals, and do the business that you've been wanting to do. Period. Okay. That's my promise to you as long as you show up. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and close this out really quick. Real Estate Domination Investor Meetup. Definitely scan that QR code to be part of that every week. I'm going to go ahead and put this up here for you. I believe it's this is for the one-on-one mentoring program. Let me see if it's here. Yeah, right there it is. Time to rock, right? Time to rock. Register right there. The American Mentee program. Join now. It's a lifetime membership for one-on-one mentoring. And even after we get done with our 6 months, we'll continue to stay together doing business and rocking and rolling because it's forever, right? As long as we're in the business, we're good to go. You're good to go. And we'll keep on rocking and rolling. Now, without further ado, rock and roll in all that you do. God bless you with abundance, prosperity, health, and wealth. Then I'll say thank you to AHA, Americans Helping Americans, one American at a time, one property at a time, one family at a time, doing our part to get America back on track together with you and others across the United States of America. And Amp Live, the American Mentee program, and Amp Live Media, a media broadcasting and marketing company that powers us and our mentees across the United States of America. And VIPeXecs Realty Lending and Investments and Luxury Property, step into excellence. And when you're ready to drop your license and you want to kick some ass and dominate your area, then that's what you need to do. Get in touch with us. At the same token, if you're new and you're thinking about getting a license and a real estate license, can you go on, hey, I heard I didn't have to get one. No, you don't. But if you want to make more money, I suggest yes. Get a license, do some creative real estate investing, do some wholesaling, and kick some ass and kick all the jabronis' asses in your area. It doesn't matter where you're at on that segment. If you want to do it here in Southern California, great. Or you can drop your license anywhere in the United States of America, and we can still work together. We're here to help you. That's what we're here to do. So have an awesome, awesome, beautiful, lovely day. I may be back a little bit later on today. Be back for Saturday for some Saturday training, Sunday sermon rants and raves. Yes, I'll probably do that, but it'll be a short snippet just to say, hey, happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Rock and roll and keep on rocking and rolling and kicking ass for America. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.